If you really look at Instagram as a whole, you essentially are looking at 4 different platforms inside of one app with what to do. Like, what do I post? What do I go to first?
What do you suggest that we use to best engage with our clients?
Welcome to Reframe Your Biz with Jill Bunny and Kristen Crowley, 2 women in wellness and fitness here to help entrepreneurs save thousands with tips and tricks on social media, PR, and more. We help you reframe your biz and grow your brand. Make sure you sign up for our membership and get ready to reframe.
All right, y'all, it's on with J&K, and we are back for another episode here on the YouTube to talk about something that we talked about in our group over the past week, which is Reels and what is really going on Instagram. There's been a lot of changes in the past week or so.
There seems to be a lot going on, but we are very fortunate because you're well versed in IG of what is relevant right now.
Yeah, and it's hard because right now, I mean, if you really look at Instagram as a whole, you essentially are looking at 4 different platforms inside of one app, which is overwhelming for a lot of people. And even women in our Reframe Your Biz community have been a little overwhelmed with what to do. Like, what do I post? What do I go to first? So I want to break down a couple of things for you really quick. The 4 things that are happening in Instagram right now, you need to think of as 4 separate apps inside of one. And just like you treat Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn differently, you need to treat these 4 parts of Instagram differently. So the 4 parts right now, we have our feed, which is aesthetic. It's the highlight reel. It's pretty. It's more curated. Then you have your stories. Those are fun. They're behind the scenes. They're super casual. There's no overthinking whatsoever. Then you have IGTV, which is essentially your YouTube. And that is where you're really creating content that's going to be omnipresent and live for a long time. Now we have IG Reels, which is TikTok. So they've integrated yet another app into Instagram. So Instagram essentially now is Instagram, kind of Snapchat with the stories, TikTok with the Reels, and YouTube with the IGTV. It's a lot.
What do you suggest that we use to best engage with our clients or our potential customers?
Some of the best things right now that you can do on Instagram is, 1, consistency of where you're going to show up the most. So I do think personally, this is not anything based on numbers whatsoever, that Instagram is going to go through another shift again as we get closer to the holidays. And that's because people are going to be able to take those nicer family photos and they're going to go back to posting on their feed. Right now, IG Reels is the hottest thing you can possibly have. And the tips that we have for that, really, you want to make sure that you're posting something that has a little bit of a plan to it. So it should educate or entertain your audience. If you cannot accomplish those things with an IG Reel, don't do it. Like, stop wasting your time. It's a great place to repurpose your content. So if you have a lot of workout videos, you could be posting those and adding text in. And the one big thing about IG Reels in general is to always post it to your feed for upping the engagement. It can up your engagement by 1,000% just by posting it to your feed versus just your stories or just Reels. So keep that in mind, and also using those hashtags. So those are all big things. IGTV is not going to go away either. They've talked about monetizing that. It's on and out of that conversation several times. So it's still worth putting the content you want to live forever on. That's long form. So if you're doing, tutorials up to 10 to 15 minutes or interviews, it's a great place for those to live.
No, I think those are fantastic tips. So anybody that's listening on here and getting frustrated with your IG, that top tip is start using things that are hot topics right now, which is the Reels.
So use those, boost your engagement, and treat each one like a separate platform. You can repurpose. So if you have long form content, break it down and make sure that you're just, staying consistent on your message. I think the days of the pretty curated feed are kind of gone with Reels being on your feed now, unless you have covers that you can post on them. So remember that. And we hope this tip helped. We'll see you next week with It's On with J&K.
We hope you found that helpful. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and join our monthly membership to reframe your biz.
No, other way.